Hello everyone, this is Biveramat. Today I am going to take the next part of the semiconductor. How the solid materials are classified into three categories on the basis of band theory. Let us consider an isolated atom. We know that in the solids, atoms are arranged very compactly. If you take one atom, that is an isolated atom. If there is an isolated atom, then the electrical system having energy levels, those energy levels are sharp energy levels. If the atom is isolated, then if the atom is present with the solid materials, or if there are many atoms which are close to each other, in such a condition, then there is an electric system which are interact with one to another atom. The electric system of a one atom which is interact with the electric system of a neighboring atom. Due to interaction between the atoms, these energy levels are broadening takes place. Then it becomes, so the sharp energy levels becomes broader like this, and which are called as bands, energy bands. See here, if the atom is isolated, then the energy levels are sharp. Then if the many atoms which are close to each other, then electrical system interaction takes place. Due to interaction of electric system of one atom with the neighboring atom, then these energy levels of the particular atom is broadening takes place. Then so this is we can call it as energy bands. And then which here there is the energy difference between the higher energy of the particular orbit. See, these are the energy levels of the orbit. We know that first this is already learned in the chapter atoms. The postulates of the Bose atomic model that explains here there is a nucleus at the center which is a positively charged one, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a particular orbit. And this is the energy level of that particular orbit. And so next, this is another orbit of its energy level is here like that. So which explains the energy levels of the atoms. And there is the energy level, this is the highermost value and this is lowermost value for the particular orbit. Then there is a difference between the higher energy of the given orbit and the lower energy of the next higher orbit. See here, this is a one orbit's energy level and this is the next orbit's energy level. The higher energy of the given orbit and the lowest energy level of the next orbit. The difference between these two we can call it as energy gap, which is also called as forbidden energy gap. On the basis of this forbidden energy gap or a difference between these two levels, that on the basis of this, again solids are classified into three categories, in which one is a conductor, another one is a semiconductor, next one is insulator. This is about the band theory. On the basis of this energy gap or band gap or forbidden energy gap, the materials are classified as conductor, semiconductor, insulator. Conductors are the materials whose energy band gap is literally 0. See here, and here one more thing here. In the band theory, one more thing is explained, that is valence band and the conduction band. See, this is the valence band and the one is conduction band. What is that valence band? The completely filled or partially filled at 0 Kelvin, that is what we can call it as valence band. And the completely filled or completely actually it is the conduction band is partially filled or completely empty. So that type of band we can call it as conduction band. Initially, the electrons in the given orbit which is present in the valence band. If the energy, thermal energy, whatever, if the energy is absorbed by the electrons, then the electrons inside the valence band is get excited, and that excited electron is jumps to the next band, that is conduction band. Like this, the conduction process continues. Like that, and the energy difference between this valence band and conduction band we can call it as energy band gap. Then the conductors. The conductors are the material whose energy band gap is equals to 0, and such type of materials we can call it as conductors. See, here in conductors, this is valence band and this is conduction band. In the case of conductors, the valence band and covalent band are overlap. The energy band gap between valence band and conduction band, that is equals to 0. Then in such a condition, these type of materials we can call it as conductors. If the gap between energy band gap between the valence band and conduction band is equal to 0, then such type of materials we can call it as conductors. Then if the band gap between the valence band and conduction band, or energy band gap between the valence band and conduction band is large, that is Vp and Cv. If the energy band gap between the valence band and conduction band is very large, in such a condition, so the energy electrons in the valence band, the band not able to excite it to the conduction band. That's why here there is no conduction process takes place initially. If the energy, maximum energy is required to excite an electron from valence band to conduction band. And so these type of materials we can call it as insulators. Here the energy, minimum energy is required to excite an electron from valence band to conduction band, that is we can call it as excitation energy. So like that, the energy band gap between valence band and conduction band is between the conductor and insulator. See, here the energy band gap is lies between conductor and insulator. This energy band gap is less than 3 electron volt, more than 0. And here in the insulator, energy band gap is greater than 3 electron volt. See, so these type of materials we can call it as semiconductors. As this, the definition of a semiconductor is like this. The semiconductors are the solids whose electrical properties lies between conductor and insulator. That is what we can call it as semiconductor. This is the definition of semiconductor. Then types of semiconductor. Types of semiconductor. Intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. These are the types of semiconductor. Now we are going to discuss the most important topic, that is types of semiconductor, that is intrinsic semiconductor. See, intrinsic semiconductor are the most pure type of semiconductor. Here the semiconductor which chemically which is very pure and its conductivity process very poor. This type of semiconductor we can call it as intrinsic semiconductor. Here let us consider an germanium atom. So let us consider a germanium atom of an intrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic semiconductor atomic arrangements are like this in the semiconductor. Every atom which is surrounded by the remaining germanium atom, which is chemically pure, nothing but the complete material which is made up of germanium only. In the germanium intrinsic semiconductor, complete material which is made up of germanium only. There is no other atoms are present. There is no foreign atoms are present. That's why this is called as chemically pure semiconductor. Its name is intrinsic semiconductor. Every atom which is bonded with the covalent bond surrounded by the 4 atoms. The covalent bond is formed by sharing of pair of electrons between neighboring atoms. See, the sharing of these 2 electrons which forms a covalent bond and sharing of these 2 electrons between these atoms like this. By sharing a pair of electrons which forms a covalent bond between the atoms. This is the arrangement, the atomic arrangement inside the intrinsic semiconductor. And one more thing, intrinsic semiconductor at 0 Kelvin which is acts like a insulator. Why it is act like an insulator means here there is no free electrons are available in case of intrinsic semiconductor. Free electrons are required to conduction process, but in the intrinsic semiconductor there is no free electrons are available. Here, if thermal energy is given to the intrinsic semiconductor, then so the bond, the covalent bond will break down. If the once covalent bond is break down, then these electrons are free now, and these we can call it as free electrons, and these free electrons are the reason for the excitation process, or we can also call it as conduction process. At a higher temperature, this intrinsic semiconductor is acts like a conductor, but at 0 Kelvin which is acts like a insulator. This is about the intrinsic semiconductor. See, one more thing. At 0 Kelvin, at 0 Kelvin, this semiconductor is acts like an insulator. Thank you.